Punch TV.
Oh, what that dying. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show them all, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we'd only just criticize to build and not to destroy. This is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. Now here we don't criticize, and if we must criticize just on one condition, we would only criticize to build and not to destroy. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodomo, and I'm most excited to be with you. Now today we have a number of things we need to look at, and I need you to come along whilst we look at this. My brother, my sister, now the biggest news in Ghana right now is LGBTQI plus bill passed in parliament only yesterday. Now, my brother, my sister, so many people have reacted to that bill. Some people call it the anti-gay bill, and others say it is proper family values right here in Ghana, the proper family values bill. My brother, my sister, now what does this seek to achieve? It's very simple. Now it says that if you are gay and you practice it publicly, you will go to jail. It also says that there would be treatment for you if it is recommended. You would end up going to jail if you promote, finance, or sponsor gay activities on this land. Basically, this is what it is talking about. Homosexuality, lesbianism, transgenderism, my brother, my sister, all relegated to the background. Now, if you are seen to practice it publicly, a man and a man kissing in public, you may end up going to jail for a number of years.
The Punch TV.
Might be some recommendation for medical treatment for you. Now, if you are seen financing or sponsoring any LGBTQI plus activities in the country, you would end up going to jail, or some other such punishment will be meted out to you. Basically, this is what the bill is talking about. Many people have spoken about it, and I would like to look at this. Now, this is coming from the U.S. Embassy in Ghana, and it says, I am saddened because some of the smartest, most creative, most decent people I know are LGBT. Now, the bill Parliament passed takes away not only their basic human rights, but those of all Ghanaians, because it undermines their constitutional rights to freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and freedom of the press. It will be bad for public order and public health. If enacted, it would also hurt Ghana's international reputation and Ghana's economy. That is what I am most interested in. It will hurt Ghana's reputation and Ghana's economy. Now, as it stands right now, they are heading towards the presidency so that the president would append his signature. Now, the president already told Kamala Harris, when she was here, the American vice president, when she told us point blank, I don't care what you think, and I don't care what you stand for. What I know is that LGBTQI plus is a human rights issue, and nobody can convince me that it is not. She told us right here in Ghana, making it clear that she doesn't care what we think. She doesn't care what our constitution says. She doesn't care who we are in support of, as long as we are not in support of the LGBTQI plus. We are violating human rights. My brother, my sister, she had a fact check from the American people, including the gay people of America. The president started salivating when he saw the fact check. He was ready to be a house nigger, and he stood with his hands tied behind his back, my brother, my sister, waiting for the final dot in that signature. He grabbed the check and told Kamala Harris, no matter what they do, at the end of the day, Parliament would have to bring it to my table. As if to tell Kamala Harris, don't you worry about it, I am the final decider of the LGBTQI plus B.
The Punch TV.
I'm sure behind closed doors, he might have told Kamala Harris, consider it done. It will never be passed in this country. I assure you of that. Later, some of these things will come. They will be revealed as declassified files. For now, we might not be privy to some of this information. By the kind courtesy of WikiLeaks, we might be able to see some of these things in the nearest future. How our leaders betray us behind closed doors. How they behave like house niggers every now and then. Now, I told you already that I'm interested in just one thing. And he says that the passage of this bill is going to hurt Ghana's reputation and also hurt Ghana's economy. That is true. That is very, very true. My brother, my sister, when you live in a country where begging has become the middle name of the nation, what else can you do independently? Absolutely nothing. When you live in a country where idiots rule you, my brother, my sister, every now and then their roads only lead to one path, to the IMF and the World Bank. When you live in a country that is so blessed with gold and diamond, so blessed with so many natural resources, yet the leaders are so egotistical, greedy and corrupt, you would be at the beck and call of the slave master. I am so ashamed of our leaders. My brother, I am happy about the passage of this bill for one reason. This reason is that it will let our leaders sit up after America refuses to give them any aid and donations. What kind of a country is this that only thrives in receiving donations and loans? We came here to celebrate loans with kenke parties and bobobo and kalogo dances. We celebrated how speedily we were able to get a loan from the IMF. It's like a beggar who prides himself in the fact that he is able to beg so quickly and get money on the streets than any other beggar. Is that an achievement? My brother, my sister, I am excited for one reason. That very soon, some of these Western countries are going to stop giving aid to Ghana. It will let Ghana become truly independent. It will let our leaders who have no common sense, my brother, my sister, start to look at an alternative to ruling this country aside going for loans. Any idiot can go for loans and rule any country. If the presidency is all about going for loans, my brother, my sister, any Tom, Dick, and Harry, Kwame, Mensah, and Kofi can be president of this nation. My brother, my sister, it hurts me for one reason, and the reason is this. Today, a lot of people around the world are going to be visiting gay people with harm. Now, knowing the kind of country I live in, if we hear
The
that
Punch
see
TV.
another man at the beach, I know how people are going to rush to the beach to lynch them. It is not for you to take the law into your own hands. The bill is not for you to take your back or get your back against your enemies. Now, the easiest way to attack your enemy right now would be to just come out and say, gay, gay, gay. He be gay. And 400 people would pounce on him and beat him to death. True or false? It is for us to be able to understand that the rule of law must take center stage. If you live in a country where all your laws are coming from your slave master, If you live in a country where you cannot do anything without seeking permission, the consent of your slave master, this is what happens. I was so angry about one thing, that the Western countries would always want to have their way. My brother, we are an independent country. Permit me to use that word so loosely, because we claim to be independent, yet we are the most dependent people. Today, all the loopholes to your borrowing will be closed. Now all your international begging routes would be closed. Today you would have to garner support from within. You would have to garner support from common sense. My brother, my sister, or else at the end of the day, this country will come down in an economic quagmire. What kind of a country is this that is so interested in begging? Today the bill has been passed. We are waiting for the signature of Mr. President. The West would always want to have its way, using money and power. My brother, as I said somewhere, give Africans the time to also feel that they are human. Every law we pass in our country is controlled by the West. Everything we say in the country is heard by the West. Where is that independence? My brother, my sister, in America, in England, in Japan, they have their own laws, some of which are not supported in any African country. Yet, nobody said the American, the British, the Japanese, or even the Chinese, my brother, my sister, is not human or not intelligent. Every country has its own jurisdiction, and the country has the right to think the way it thinks. It takes time to lobby. It takes time to be able to knock the door and have it answered. You cannot use force all the time. You cannot use finance and money. That is terrorism. Any law can be passed in Ghana as long as there's money backing that law from the West. Today the bill has been passed. Mr. President is waiting to sign it. Will Mr. President sign it?
The Punch
He won't sign it. After all, he made a promise to Kamala Harris. Would he say that it's not well? Or would he say that he's forgotten his signature? What is going to be next? My brother, my sister, today I did not intend to say any other thing apart from this LGBTQI thing. My brother, my sister, Sister Debbie says passage of the bill will fix roads and build hospitals. That's what Sister Debbie says. My brother, my sister, it is for us to think deeply about this. Time now to stand up and fix our roads. Time now to be truly independent in our thoughts and in our deeds.